We're back with Wayne and with Travis Hartman. I am B Money, the producer, and that over there is the talent. Weekend Trav. We want to jump into a few items in the boxing world today. I'm going to press you on some of this stuff. And we're going to start with this on-again, off-again, weird family dynamic triangle that we got going on. Oscar De La Hoya, Ryan Garcia, Floyd Mayweather. You could throw a lot of other names going on, what's circulating the boxing realm and news right now. But what is up with this Weekend Trav? We keep seeing this rift go on with Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia, and there's a variety of opinions as to why that is. Maybe I pick your brain here. What are you seeing out there? What are you hearing out there in the rumor mill that is this rift?
Listen, I like your pressuring me because pressure makes diamonds, baby.
Oh my gosh! Could you just jump? This is where we lose people.
So
okay.
We do not. If you lose, you shut up. You suck.
Okay.
But I don't know what's going on, man. Oscar but think about it. There's a pattern with guys that turn pro with Oscar. There's a pattern. They usually end up leaving, and it's usually a little bit of a riff, and it's kind of weird. I don't understand why, because I think Oscar is one of the biggest promotions in the world. I do. I think he's put a lot of people on a lot of platforms.
Golden Boy, yep.
Canelo Alvarez was with Golden Boy, became phenomenal and amazing, and then he leaves them. And then there was a little bit of a rift there too. Ryan Garcia, superstar. He is a superstar because he sells. I'm not saying he's a superstar talent-wise. He is very good.
Good clarification.
He is very good, but he's a superstar. In all the meanings of a superstar, he sells. He makes money, and he does. And he's not terrible. I mean, he's pretty good. He is, but he's not. I don't think he's Oscar De La Hoya good. However, that's the thing. Oscar De La Hoya just got called out by Ryan Garcia. I think it's hilarious because I don't know what's going on. I think there's some stuff we don't know, that there's some private conversations going back and forth there, because after Ryan Garcia's last fight, him and Oscar were going at it, right?
Yeah.
But in the ring after the fight when Ryan won by knockout, Oscar and him dapped up and they gave it up, gave some love, and was like, yeah, we'll talk later. Yeah. And it looked okay. Now there's rumors going around about Ryan Garcia going to fight Rolly Romero. That fell out. Supposedly, Rolly Romero priced himself out. That's what Oscar said. I don't know if it's true, because I think Ryan Garcia is coming back out saying it's not true. And then now, Oscar's saying he's going to have Jose Ramirez fight, which is a former world titleist at 140. And Ryan Garcia came back and was like, no, it's not going to happen. How about me and you fight? And he, on X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter X, he's calling out Oscar De La Hoya. Would you watch that?
My question.
Would you watch that, though?
Well, yeah, of course, because these guys would sell. Well, you would watch it,
I
right?
would 100% watch it.
So we have the whole issue, I think, started weeks ago, where Ryan Garcia was on social media and doing a little bit of a training stuff with Floyd Mayweather, getting some advice from him. And, there's kind of a thing. If you're with one promoter, you don't want to necessarily be looking like you're getting tutelage from another promoter, though these guys have past and history, and it's kind of a respect in the boxing realm, I guess.
Yeah.
But what part of that do you think is at play here, Weekend Trav, with all the stuff? This I can't keep up day to day with who Ryan Garcia thinks he should be fighting next, who is blaming who for whatever. And then we got Floyd in the background just kind of with his feet up like,
yeah,
just waiting. Come to me, my Padawan.
Floyd's a villain. He's always been known as the villain. I think he loves playing that part because I think it is a part. He just plays that. And Oscar makes it easy, though, because one, Oscar lost to Floyd Mayweather. Oscar never got to avenge that. They never rematched. They never had it. I thought Oscar did lose, clearly. I did. Thought Mayweather beat him. So that riff from the ring is there. Now, Floyd Mayweather's taking some shots back because he's pouncing because it's all clear that Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya have a shaky relationship.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take much to throw some more fire on that. And that's all Mayweather's doing. He doesn't care.
Do you know off the top of your head what contractually, what does it look like with Golden Boy and Ryan Garcia?
He just re-signed there a couple of years ago or last year. It was maybe it was a year ago, but I think he only signed a certain amount of fights.
Gotcha.
I don't think it was necessarily years. I think it was a certain amount of fights.
I mean, he's for sure a cash cow, so any promoter is going to want him in their staple, I should say. And so Floyd being one of them eventually, right? So I think you're just kind of throwing a wrench into the whole mix. We've heard Devin Haney, we've heard Rolly Romero, we've heard all these names.
Rematch with Gervonta. That's another thing I think Floyd is a little upset with too, because Floyd used to be with Gervonta.
Right.
They had a little bit of a falling out too, and I'm sure Oscar threw some fire in that mix as well.
So
they're just both kind of. It's so petty. At a $1
super
million,
petty.
almost $1 billion level. these two guys talking about Oscar and Floyd, they're probably up there close to a Billy, and now they're feuding over stupid stuff.
It's one thing to fight over Rolly Romero, but you're fighting over Ryan Garcia, who you mentioned. He sells.
He's a superstar by all means.
Talent-wise, yeah, he's not. To me, he doesn't scrape top 5 in that weight. I don't want to call it weight class, but kind of that range of weights.
Yeah. From 35 to like 47, really, or 30 to like 40.
Yeah, but he sells. That's the point.
He does.
Pay-per-view sales, ticket sales, all of it. So just a lot of posturing. I hope one day Ryan Garcia wakes up and realizes this, that first of all, he's created some of the problems himself, yes, but two promoters who are obviously retired now are using him as a frickin' pawn, as a playing chip in this whole grand scheme of things. I have a thought. And I mentioned this off air.
B-Money has thoughts. We like it.
Would you be surprised if within the next year and a half we see an exhibition with these old guys rematching a little bit? Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather?
No, I think you actually might have scratched on this a couple of years ago, possibly with like a Legends tour. I think something we talked about on the show. I'm pretty sure, but it's been a while ago because the guys were all rumored to do
Legends League.
I think that it would sell. Think about it.
Would.
Even if they're just exhibitions, but they would still fight. It'd be like a sparring match. Sparring matches are still legit. Like the guys, they don't judge them, but they're still fun to watch. Dude, we could see some of the greats have rematches again. We could throw Cotto in that mix too.
Well, how many people tuned in back over? It's over a year ago by now when Triller.
Tyson versus Roy Jones. A lot. I think they got over 1 million buys or something on that. Yeah. And that was the last pay-per-view that really has gotten over 1 million buys in the last like 2 to 3 years. And that was a retired 54-year-old Mike Tyson versus a retired 50-plus-year-old Roy Jones Jr. And it sold.
I'd be curious. Or they're playing, or all of them are playing all of us. It could be that too. It's
entertainment business, so they are.
Entertainment business, and they're wise. They know how to market. So maybe we're the ones that are fools in this whole thing because we're talking about it. And we're leading off the show with it, episode 145, leading off. So that being said, because I know there's a lot of guys in this kind of lightweight range and, up and down a weight class, including Ryan Garcia. They tend to throw each other's names in the mix on X, on Instagram, on the socials, and then nothing happens. We've been talking about that for years, and it continues even worse to this day. So what are we seeing, Weekend Trev? What are we seeing with these guys?
Well, you can't be 100% accurate with that because some fights have happened. Gervonta and Ryan Garcia fought.
Okay.
Lomachenko and Devin Haney fought, and they went back and forth quite a bit too. Those guys...
I want to say there was a lot of verbal spar between those two because Loma just doesn't do that.
Well, it was from Devin Haney. He did it the most, obviously, because Loma he's just like, I'll fight you, whatever, let's go.
Right.
But there's been some talk, obviously, and then those guys have fought each other. But we'll see. Rolly Romero and Gervonta Davis, they were going at it both hardcore on Twitter, and they fought, and Gervonta shut him up. And guess what? He didn't shut him up. He shut him up for a second, and then Rolly's still talking.
Rolly got to sell himself.
And then, so like, I think though, this is where you might be wrong, is that it does sell because those guys fight enough, and then they do fight, and then we're still talking about it. Now they're fighting again on X. I think it's going to happen. Something will materialize off of all those bickering.
Between who?
And later on, we'll go back. Exactly. We don't know. It's like a lottery. We're like, which one's going to land?
Yeah.
Which one's going to stick?
Dice here at this point.
Yeah, we are. Rolling dice. Oh my gosh. But you don't know. It's the thing, though.
Watch
it's
entertainment
business,
Watch it be Devin Haney and Rolly Romero.
Oh, my gosh.
Those are the two names that haven't been put together
that would
in this
be
whole
really
thing.
Funny.
Would it be?
Yeah, it would be a little bit. Because, I still think. But then what if somehow Rolly knocks him out?
Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine?
That's where
the guy with the least amount of talent.
That's a soap opera right there. So this is what it is. These guys are a soap opera.
Yeah.
The days of their lives.
The days of our lives.
In the 135 to 140-pound division.
Yeah. Goodness. All right.
We're talking about it. It's fun. I think it's fun. These guys, they make. I think secretly they're at home privately texting each other saying, "Hey, I'm going to put this out there. What would you say back?" And then I'll do this. Let's do this. Let's go back and forth. Maybe even Oscar and Ryan Garcia are because it sells.
That's what I'm saying. They're probably playing us all for fools here.
They could be.
And we're talking about it. Keeps their names up there in, podcasts and Instagrams and everything else.
Probably why Garcia's a star because he learned early on how to manipulate social media.
Well, he sold soap. He was a spokesman for soap.
Does he still do that or is that gone?
I don't think so.
Because I haven't seen him do any ads about that.
But then he
also got signed by Gatorade.
And then he also had a kid and then divorced his wife the next day.
I think I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but I did see the day after his fight he did.
No, on his social, yeah, but he posted everything on his socials. One day was he had a child. The next day, they're done. I mean, so obviously it was planned ahead of time.
Yeah, I think they'd been going through stuff for like 2 or 3 years because he had his whole awakening with God a couple of years ago, and it was because of the relationship. It was like they were struggling.
I think this guy.
I think he's already got a kid with her, maybe. I don't know. These are the soap operas that I don't necessarily keep up with. I like the actual in the ring boxing.
Yeah,
and I like commenting on that. But yeah, there's some. I mean, that's boxing right now. There is a lot of big fights on the horizon, like February and March. We got Tyson Fury's going to fight Usyk.
Yeah, we got the big guys.
Anthony Joshua that's going to fight Ngannou.
So the big guys are carrying the weight, in my opinion. They carried the load at the end of the year.
Oh, you know what we can talk about? We didn't talk about. No, this is perfect. Saudi Arabia, His Excellency.
The new mecca of boxing.
Bro, he's doing it right. I listened to his interview on DAZN. Mm-hmm. Oh, my, I liked it because you know why I liked it too? He goes, no YouTubers. He goes, I want the best fights, and that's it. He goes, none of this YouTube. And I love it. Yeah. He's going to get Dimitri Bivol versus Better Beef. He's getting all these big heavyweights
all that oil
fighting.
Money, man.
Dude, he's doing it he's not buying crappy fights, though. That's what I like. He's overpaying, yes, but he's overpaying for great fights.
But they got all that oil money, all that human trafficking money. They got it going on there.
Let's hope it's not the human trafficking money.
Well, anyways. Las Vegas who? Does Las Vegas have any shows anymore? Serious. They're all going to Saudi. They're going to Riyadh.
Saudi's got the money. And like I said, I like it because he's not just throwing money around for crap. He's throwing money around for great fights. Yeah. He's throwing money around for guys like we're talking about these fights.
Absolutely.
Like Better Beef and Bivol, like they need to fight. They're undefeated. Yeah. Maybe he's going to get a Gervonta fight and some of those guys.
I feel like
Shakir, Devin Haney, Lomachenko.
There's a bit of a catch to that, though, and I think we saw it at the end of the year when you had all the heavyweights fighting
December
each other.
23rd, yeah.
So,
the day of reckoning.
Yeah, so you saw Deontay Wilder not really bring his best.
Yeah.
Because I think he just got paid so well. And
got comfortable. He's also 39. He's getting up there, too.
But it wasn't like that prime name sort of fight that he really wanted. I think he just kind of waltzed in there without much...
He could have. He did that. That was his mistake. But also, Tyson Fury did that against Ngannou, too, in Saudi Arabia. I think he waltzed in and got paid.
They got paid. Yeah. So there's kind of a catch-22 to that. Yeah, they get paid well, but you also want to see like them at their peak in their prime.
But maybe they're setting up that now because I think Anthony Joshua is going to fight Ngannou, and I think he watched Fury struggle. I think Anthony Joshua hopefully learned a lesson.
Don't talk to
me.
And
goes in.
Don't talk to me about Anthony Joshua bringing the hate.
Listen, first of all, he's the reason why I lost like my win streak that I had going on of predictions, and I was doing so well. Twice he burned me twice against Usyk.
Okay, so fool you once, shame on them. Fool you twice,
shame on me.
Mm-hmm.
You won't fool me the third time.
Well, so here we go. Here's rank and file. So location, it's become Riyadh. Saudi Arabia is number 1. You know what number 2 is, Weekend Trav?
What?
Orlando, including
the Mecca.
February 2nd. We got another Most Valuable Promotions show headline. Ashton Sylvie taking on Esteban Falcao. Sorry.
Falcao? I don't know.
Falcao. At the Caribe Royale Orlando, we talk about that location a lot because it's in our backyard. And we talk about these shows put on by MVP and Box Lab. And you know what? It's on DAZN usually. And so this is February 2nd, which I believe is a Friday night. It's coming up.
Correct.
And we talk about it because we can. This is our show.
That's right.
And anything.
I think they're going to be good fights, though.
Yeah, it looked like it was lining up to a pretty good card. At least the 4 fights that we saw. Mm-hmm. And usually they round it out. It's pretty good.
It's super competitive fights right now. There's great fights on there. And what's cool about it is in Orlando, the reason why these guys put these fights on, granted, the main event they're bringing in from California. Ashton Sylvie is a signee from, I think he was one of the first that Jake Paul actually signed.
First,
He's like 19 years old, 10-0. The kid,
nice guy.
He should be in the making to be a superstar, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. But what I was getting at is there's still some local guys that have been fighting on these cards, and you got to give a lot of credit to Box Lab for doing that. They keep putting the local guys because we have local talent here. Corey Marksman's going to face off. Corey Marksman's 8-0. He's facing off against an 11-0 guy, Benigo Aguilar. Don't know how to say his first name. We'll just call him Ben Aguilar.
Well, I think they fought before.
In the amateurs maybe or something. Yeah. This is cool because these guys are putting it on the line on right here in their backyard.
Well, I love for Corey Marksman to be able to be on this show, on this platform, because he has talent. We've seen him on other kind of smaller promoted shows and stuff like that. He has charisma. He has the talent, obviously. So I'm happy to see him, now on this stage.
He gets a platform,
with
man.
These
And Box
guys.
Hub will give him the platform.
That is fantastic for Corey Marksman.
Yeah, it is. And Corey Marksman can fight, but he's also, like you said, he's very charismatic.
Yes.
The guy will put on a show.
Too smooth.
Before he gets to the
Corey
ring
Marksman.
and when he's in the ring. He doesn't just do it outside the ring and then it's a dud in the ring. No, the kid can fight. He knows how to fight.
A bit, though.
I can't remember when his last fight was. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm on his thing. He's 8-0 right now, and he's been. Well, he was with Undisputed, and I think Undisputed hasn't put on as many shows in the past. I mean, he fought 3 times in 2023, which is pretty good.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, he's been steadily busy. He fought 3 times in 2022.
Okay, so that's my
fought
fault.
twice in
My
2021.
fault. I couldn't remember the last time he fought. That's my fault.
His last fight, but his last fight was in July.
Okay,
so it has been 6 or so months.
So good to see him back. Good to see him on this show with MVP and Box Lab. So good for him. And then who else was on there?
A guy that we watched, the guy who's deaf, Julian Smith. He's deaf, and he's
Quiet Storm.
He's always fighting tough guys. He's fighting another 8-0 guy, and they call him Julian Quiet Smith Storm. And we got a ton of views off him on our Instagram reel because it is a cool story. The guy's literally 100% deaf. Can't hear nothing, and you can't even hear the bell ring. So the referee has to break him up. They got some special things like a light that comes on too.
They really should have
it's pretty cool, man. But anyway, he can fight though. It's pretty cool, and he fights really tough guys. He never takes an easy fight. He's a 7-2, but his 2 fights that he lost were against high level dudes. So and he loses decisions. He doesn't get knocked out. It's pretty fun. Then we're gonna round it out with another woman's fight. I don't know how to say her name. Marcela Cornejo. I know the Cornejo. She's versus Candy Wyatt. I don't know who Candy Wyatt is very much, but Cornejo used to fight in California. I think she's out of California. I think she even fought for Golden Boy for a while. She's kind of bounced all around. She's 17-6. She's fought a lot of top people. I think she's fought Clarissa Shields, but she can fight, and it's good because she's 5'10". Yeah, she's a tall girl too. So it'll be a good fight.
How heavy?
Wow,
She's fought Clarissa Shields.
She's 5'10", and she's fought as low as 147 in her last fight. But she's also fought as high as 167, 168. She was a super middle. She fought Clarissa. Let's see when she fought Clarissa. I'll tell you right now. I got her box rep pulled up. She fought Francon Dezern Cruz, your girl.
Gosh.
She lost a 10-rounder to her.
Why they
then she
keep
fought her
putting belts
again
on her?
and lost another one to her. She fought Clarissa Shields in 2023 at 155, and she went 10 rounds with Clarissa. Which
athletes out there,
everybody goes 10 rounds with Clarissa.
Female boxing athletes. Here's my recommendation to you: gain a lot of weight. Stay sharp and have your skills, but gain a lot of weight and be in a higher weight class because there's no one you will compete with, and they'll just throw a belt on you like you have with Dezern Cruz and others.
Wait, what are you saying? I don't know what you're saying.
No, it just pisses me off when you see these ladies up at the thing. Even I guess it happens in some other sports with guys, but in the boxing realm, Francon Cruz Dezern, really? She has belts again?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, she beat Shadasia Green.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's because
that was impressive.
What else is in the weight class? Who?
Savannah Marshall, who she lost to in England before that.
But
and then it was it was Clarissa Shields. So it's a pretty high weight class.
You think male boxing's bad with the amount of belts they got? At least there's a lot of guys in the weights.
Well, that's the thing. There's not enough depth in the women's division for it to really do anything.
There's still the same amount of belts.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's 4 belts. So you're
there's
wrong.
4 people.
There's more than that.
It's like the WNBA.
It's the same amount of belts
teams.
as IBF, WBA, WBC, WBO.
It's like
she lost the 4, and then she won. Actually, she won the WBC Super vacant. It was vacant, is why they stripped Savannah Marshall of that, and she fought for the vacant one. So the WBA was an interim. So it is what it is. She's a world champion. She's not exciting to watch. We've seen her up close. Had a girl fought her. That's beside the point. But Cornejo is fighting.
We should talk about that.
She seems pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I've seen her on TV. I've never seen her live. So that should be a cool woman's fight on this card. So should round the card out pretty decently. I know there's probably some more other fights that are adding on that, but I think these are the 4 ones that are on BoxRec at least. So February 2nd, Box Lab, MVP Promotions. Let's go.
Let's go.
We'll be there.
Where are we going now?
So we need a preview because this matters because the name Canelo Alvarez is a big name.
I'd say so.
So Canelo has been rumored to a ton of people. He fights in May, which is Cinco de Mayo, so they always fight Cinco de Mayo weekend. Doesn't exactly fall inside it, but it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. There's been rumors about Canelo fighting. He just fought Jermell Charlo. There's been rumors he's going to fight Jermall. However, there's also rumors that Jaime Munguia is going to fight him. While it matters because Jaime Munguia is fighting this weekend on DAZN against John Ryder, who actually put up a really good fight against Canelo.
Right.
So depending on how Jaime Munguia beats John Ryder, I think if Munguia looks impressive and possibly stops Ryder, I think they come out within a week and announce that Munguia is going to fight Canelo. 2 Mexicans fighting on Cinco de Mayo, that would sell.
You would think.
I mean, Canelo sells anyway.
Canelo will sell anybody.
But I think that would sell better. The Jermall Charlo is anybody really clamoring for that, B-Money?
I don't know. I think that could be promoted well. I think that could be
He
sold
beat the
well.
brother, and now he's, 100% could be promoted.
And that's the brother that talks most. So, I mean, I think they could sell that.
I mean, it doesn't matter who. Canelo is going to sell whether he fights Charlo or he fights Munguia.
But
I don't think it's a matter of that.
I think you'll pull more U.S. buys in if you have Charlo brother in it.
Maybe, yeah, but I mean, the U.S. doesn't really get behind their fighters anyway. They get behind the Mexican fighters. Mexican fans get behind their fans. So,
but it's a bit more, to me, than Munguia. It's a bit more of a household name on the boxing scene for the Americans.
Probably for sure. I mean, Munguia is a name that Americans probably don't really know that well, but he fights quite a bit. Munguia can fight. He's an undefeated young guy. But yeah, you're at Charlo, because he just fought Canelo, they've heard the name. So obviously they're like, oh my God, is this a rematch? But that's the thing. A lot of people are going to see that and be like, is this a rematch? He just fought a Charlo.
I know.
That's why they're so confusing.
Yeah, but they'll be talking about it, just like we're talking about
so
all these
confusing.
things. They know what they're doing.
For sure. I mean, it's the rumor mill, man. We love it. It's the soap opera. It's the days of our lives of weighing in with Travis Hartman. He did, but I thought they stripped him, or they were going to. You know what? Let's look it up.
We should. And while you look it up, we can Trav. Here's what I'm going to do.
Oh, you haven't even poured me any of that.
Not yet, because I wanted you to enjoy not drinking it first, and now enjoy drinking it. So we're not drinking Blands. We've been drinking Blands like every week, which good problem to have. In my life. Great problem to have.
True.
We are drinking Puncher's Chance, the undisputed single barrel version of Puncher's Chance, because we've had normal Puncher's Chance before. We won't get into that or the comments there, but this is the single barrel. I've been partaking a little bit. So I want to give you a little bit. I know you're.
We haven't rated one.
You're nursing a little.
How have you been?
Little headache. So
I'm nursing a Blanton's headache.
Yeah,
that's what I'm nursing.
I think it's more the beer, probably. You mixing that with the blends.
I know, but it was just one.
Oh,
that had to be it.
What beer was it?
It was at 60 Vines, so it was like one of their IPAs there.
Is that what you ordered? Was IPA there? That's any IPA.
I don't know what it was.
But what'd you eat? Did you drink any water?
I did. I had some sparkling water. Yeah.
Did you have a lot?
Not a lot, but I was being pretty good about it because I do know, and I had a steak as well.
Yeah, but you have to have water.
I know. I haven't really drank beer and that much in a while, though. So
did you pee a lot? Were you replenishing your sodium?
I didn't pee a lot. I held it because I'm a man.
I can't do that anymore.
I'm practicing holding it.
Okay, well, you become a man of my age, and when
you are my age, stop acting like you're some old man.
I'm older than you, and now when my body says, "Hey, there's pee in there," I got to go take care of that. Okay, so Puncher's Chance, undisputed, single barrel.
I still get a little hint of that peanut.
We weren't going to make comments like we did on the other one.
We haven't rated one for a while either, have we?
No,
so we probably should rate it.
Yeah. All right, so...
You go first, because I don't...
All right.
I'm going to keep drinking it.
I feel like my problem with this bottle is that I have the perspective of the basic bottle, which I'm not a big fan of. It's okay.
Yeah, the regular Puncher's Chance.
I think if you have the normal bottle and you open it, you got to finish it. You can't have that sitting on the shelf. It's just something about it. It just doesn't taste right down the road.
Open, yeah,
it tastes like peanuts. But the Undisputed tastes pretty good.
What's your rating?
Yeah, I got to go straight to a number because I can't really talk about the notes or anything.
I don't know.
This has a good feeling. It's sipping. So 0 to 10 boxing gloves.
So this is the Puncher's Chance, the Undisputed.
The Undisputed.
I like it.
I chipped in the big bucks for you.
Did B-Money. Look at B-Money stepping his game up.
So 1 to 10 boxing gloves. I will give it a 6.9, which is a good score. If you look at our old clips on how we rank these things, 6.9 is pretty good. It's better than middle of the road.
Well, I'm not going to do it justice because the past 2 months I've been on a Blanton's kick where I'm drinking Blanton's, sipping it all the time.
You're a snob.
But it's so good.
I know, but
so I'm drinking it.
Diversify your palate a little bit.
No, you like what you like. When you get older, you just stop.
Well, yeah, but you
pretending
try,
all
this
other stuff. I'm like,
too.
We've tried 4 years in this podcast, 3 years in this. No, we're on 4 years this year. We're on our 4th year. We've tried so many.
But that's what they want.
And then I found the one that I liked.
Okay.
But so this is not going to be a fair rating for this, but it's going to be low. I'm going to go 6. I'm going to go 6.7. 6.7, which is not terrible.
You made it sound like that was going to be a 5.
I know, but it's lower than what I rate Blanton's, 8.5 or 8.6 or something.
I wasn't
I guess the price point is probably
it's a little higher than I would want to spend on a premium blend of a bottle. But I wasn't glowing with my remarks.
Don't we have the information of him? I need to email that guy. That was the Puncher's Chance guy, right?
Yeah, from a few shows ago.
A while ago.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's not happy with the peanut comments and stuff like that.
Do you think he heard it?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, well, I don't know what the bottle is now, but we usually have a bottle of swill. If we have...
We do. It's right behind me.
Is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have a bet and I lose or you win or whatever else, we end up drinking that. I'm pretty sure it's mixed. There's more than just one thing in the swill bottle, but one of them is the old Puncher's Chance, what was left in that bottle.
And mixed with something else.
Mixed with other things, yeah.
Which
that's why we call it swill.
More gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
6.8 is not a terrible score, folks.
It's not, no, at all. That's worth a try. No. So people should try that because we used to 7 used to be our top of the line. If it was 7, that was a really good score.
If anything, this has ruined our scoring system.
It has. It has really set it back for everybody. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I don't mind because I like it. So wait, we haven't talked about Mikaela Mayer yet. Why have we not?
Why do we?
Mikaela Mayer is an angel.
What are you talking about?
I'm just kidding. But Mikaela Mayer fought this weekend over there in England, and our UK correspondent, there was nothing else going on, so we're going to handle this today.
Okay. So I'm going to pause you.
Don't you do it.
Pause
don't you do it. I know what you're going to bring.
No, I'm going to pause you on it because I'm going to go back into my history banks and my memory banks, I should say.
Okay.
And in the NFL, as a Packer fan, we go against the Bears twice a year. Okay. And so back in the day, they had a feared defensive line, including middle linebacker, which he's not technically on the line, but he'd been in the linebacker role. Middle linebacker Brian Urlacher. Okay.
For the Bears, yeah.
Stud.
Yes.
Stud. Now, when I look at Mikaela Mayer, to me, she just looks like she's related to Brian Urlacher. In the face. Sorry. In the face.
I feel like Brian Urlacher's a good-looking dude.
Maybe he
What are you
is.
trying to? What are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to
Urlacher,
say anything.
I'm telling Urlacher to
I'm
come
just
and
trying to
tackle
say, listen, you have this affinity for her for some reason. I just don't see it, Weekend Trav. I don't see it.
Urlacher's he's a decent-looking dude. What are you saying?
Oh, I thought you were showing me Mikaela Mayer.
That's
Brian Urlacher?
What a terrible human. Listen, I'm not talking about her looks. I'm talking about her fight. I'm breaking down her fight.
Okay, but you led it with...
She's an angel.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean... That's not
She's
looks.
She's a fight angel is what you're calling?
That is... I was just being stupid. But that doesn't talk about her looks. Anyway,
you have talked
she
about her
fought
looks before.
Off the air, I have.
On air.
And you are just throwing me under the bus. Sorry, babe.
No one listens.
Especially this far.
She's not listening.
So, listen. I don't like the word robbery because it was a competitive fight, but Mikaela Mayer should have won over the weekend. She fought Jonas, who's the world champion at 147. Mikaela Mayer was moving up. She was fighting at 135. She was trying to be a 2-division world champion, which is pretty special. Even in the women's division, there's not as much depth, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I thought she was the aggressor. I thought she landed the cleaner punches. If you've seen the faces after the fight, you'd been like, who would you rather be?
Yeah, but you can't judge it on that.
You can't. That was kind of like a totality of it all. Yes.
You scored round by round.
Yes.
Okay.
So honestly, man, I had it. I had it 8 rounds to 2, but I could see 6-4 I think a 6-4 fight would have been 100% fair. I had an 8-2. The early rounds were super close. And you know what? Usually I don't agree with fighters when they give their post-fight interviews in the ring. When Mikaela Mayer was like, I thought she had me the first 2 rounds, and after that, and I was like, I kind of agreed. The first 2, I don't think that Jonas ever 100% dominated any round. The rounds that she did win, I thought were super close and could have won either way. But the rounds that Mikaela Mayer won, I was like, she won those rounds.
Cleaner connections, though?
Cleaner connections.
For Mayer.
For Mayer. Mayer pressed the action the entire fight. The girl held the entire fight. They never won her one time either. And she was holding at one point in front of the ref and hitting.
Hometown
holding one arm. And it was. But I didn't like it. I didn't like the way that they scored that fight. And usually Mayer's fights to me aren't as exciting, but she went up to a different weight class. She fights a little different now.
Who's she fighting?
She was throwing some bombs.
Who's she fight with?
Baumgartner.
No, I'm talking about the promotion.
Oh, she's with Top Rank. Bob Arum, Top Rank.
You think that's starting to come to an end?
I don't know. I mean, I would think with this loss, depending on how she looked, but I thought she looked good.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm
her
saying.
Her fight, actually, I thought it looked good.
It's in Top Rank's best interest to keep a belt on her because they're guys like you who are like all about it.
I'm not all about her. I barely watch her fights half the time.
I know, but the point being is that, and she's on ESPN and interviewed and all sorts of stuff. And
she was,
like,
you know what I think she's doing though is she's going over. I think she's preparing for her career after this because she's doing a lot of like Sky Sports like interviews and a lot of like Sky Sports commentating because she's done some fights as well. So I don't know what's going on there.
When Brian Urlacher retired, he got like he got what? He got plugs or something. He like next time he showed up on TV, he had hair. It was weird.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, Mikaela.
So there's always an after the fact, I guess. Okay, so
the long of it all is I think that she got the unfair end of that stick over there, and she should have won. And I think that Mikaela Mayer deserved to win that fight.
Well, I agree with you. And the $3 I lost also agree with me.
That's why B-Money's bitter right now.
I'm very pissed. Because usually when I bet on women's sports, like WNBA,
it's a lot.
I bat 1,000 WNBA bets. I'm great.
I would have told you to bet on Mayer as well.
I did.
We can't control the judges.
No, it's all that the fix was in.
It might have been. Who knows? She was at home, so maybe that had a little bit to deal with that. But I mean, anybody that watched it, there's no way they walked away from that being like, yeah, Jonas won that fight for sure. Nobody could have said that. They couldn't. Even our UK correspondent, who's from the UK, and he fought a girl from the UK, Mayer did.
Yeah.
And he was just like, Trav, I thought Mikaela Mayer won that fight by a couple of rounds. He goes, at worst, I could have seen a draw because it was in her hometown. He goes, but I couldn't see her winning. And I agreed. I thought that at worst, a draw, but I scored it like 8-2, man. Like I thought Mayer won a very competitive fight, yes, but she was the aggressor. She landed the cleaner shots. She landed the bigger shots. I don't know what the official punch stats were, but I thought she won. Mikaela Mayer, you won.
Okay. I want to make it clear that I said she looked like she's related to Brian Urlacher. I didn't say she looked like Brian Urlacher.
I think all of our listeners think what you said.
I can't help it if I throw something out into the ether.
Urlacher.
I can't help it if I throw something into the ether.
Maybe they're related. You don't know.
If I throw it out to the ether and then you all inside your minds connect the dots, that's on you, not on me.
I'm going to look on the Google search. I'm going to go, is Mikaela Mayer related to Brian Urlacher?
2024, B-Money doesn't give a crap anymore. Okay, I'm just coming out swinging. I don't care.
What has changed? Nothing changed.
Everyone has a puncher's chance.
B-Money's been like that.
I'm not the best looking guy in the world. All I know is with this haircut, I look pretty good.
You're feeling that. Might do it later.
I am.
Yeah, she's not related. I did official Google it.
Somewhere they are.
She is not related to Brian Urlacher. Okay. So B-Money, you are wrong.
Well, I'm just saying she looks like she could be. They have some similarities.
They could be brother and sister. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, whatever. She doesn't do it for me, Weekend Trav. She may do it for you, but she doesn't do it for me.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too.
I'm just saying. Listen, how about this? If I want to make sure I word this correctly. And somebody you don't know. So we'll say. So one of my friends, his parents, they were brother and sister. So and they got married.
What?
So
wait,
if they get divorced, would they still be brother and sister? How does that work?
Yes. Of course they are.
Okay, that's all. I'm done.
Wait, so your
Joke's
friend,
over.
your friend's the
No.
Tell me this isn't real.
This is made up. It was a made up story.
I didn't know where you were going with this.
Well, because I didn't want to offend Mr. and Mrs. Waters. I was going to ask if your parents got divorced, would they still be brother and sister? So I couldn't say that because I didn't want to offend them because Jack Waters is a legend.
Why would they get divorced?
Well, yes and no. I'm talking. It's part of the joke. Sense. It's part of the joke.
That's not even a joke.
It is.
They're two different families.
But if they got divorced, would they still be brother and sister?
But they're not brother and sister.
I know the joke is I'm saying they're inbred.
But they're not.
I know. That's why I didn't say your parents, and I had to make it up. Oh, that's it. I knew it. It was coming, dude. I'm glad everybody's not listening right now.
I don't even know.
Thank you for not listening right now.
Usually,
went off the rails
usually I do the long setup to a joke, so we should keep with that. I should still be the long joke.
I can't help it that
guy.
I had to explain it to you.
That means it wasn't a good joke.
Maybe I got to know my crowd, and you weren't intelligent enough to understand.
Because my parents are siblings, I guess. Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe that couple of sips of Puncher's Chance made you punch drunk.
It did.
The Undisputed.
Thanks a lot, guys.
The Undisputed.
Been my whole career, my whole life not being punch drunk.
Well, yeah, I mean, the better...
literally.
The better distilling choices would be for us to have to drink more than one sip to get drunk.
Yeah.
You'd make more money that way.
That Puncher's Chance, though, is better than the first one.
Yeah.
That's my overwhelming consensus on that.
And let's see here. It says it was...
I think it is worth more.
Dumped on, that's what it says on the label. Dumped on November 16th. Is that 22? I must have had this bottle.
I couldn't see it. It looks like 21 or 22. I can't tell.
22. I haven't had the bottle that long, but 22 sounds like more appropriate. Huh. Well, so fine. We checked the box. We talked to Mikaela Mayer. Are you happy?
I almost forgot that we didn't talk about her too, because you just buried it. Way to bury the lead.
That wasn't the lead at all. That should never, ever be the lead.
Don't listen to him, Mikaela.
Unless she fights Alicia Baumgardner again. That should never be the lead. But it sounds to me like they're trying to tee up Clarissa Shields and Baumgardner.
Well, it sounds like Baumgardner's trying to tee that up because she knows where the money's at, for sure. But she
that
did.
That would be the most money Clarissa Shields ever made in a fight, too.
What happened? There was something Baumgardner tweeted about on X about the fight with Mikaela Mayer, this girl, because they should rematch. I think Mikaela Mayer deserves a rematch with that girl, by the way. I do.
Sure.
Baumgardner. It was a close decision loss. And then she just lost another close decision loss.
Baumgardner buzzsaws her.
Well, probably because she's on steroids.
No.
She tested positive.
Yes. Technically, we still haven't gotten the negative. All we have is the one boxing agency that says
positive.
Yeah. It wasn't even the
she tested.
She did a victory.
Positive.
She did a victory lap on that one too recently, and I'm like, that wasn't
claiming
them.
That it wasn't.
That wasn't them saying that you were not guilty. They just said they didn't find anything on their side.
And probably paid.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she did or not. I was just saying that
frankly,
she did
fine.
test. She did test positive.
Hey, fine. All athletes should be able to.
I do not agree with that.
Why not? That makes sports so much more fun.
Yeah, no.
Remember the baseball when everyone was juicing?
Yeah.
How fun was that?
It was pretty fun.
It was pretty dang fun.
See, that's the thing. I don't know if everyone was juicing, but the guys that were juicing, they were really doing well.
And they were fun to watch.
They were home runs left and right. MLB turned a blind eye because they were like, this is awesome. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa.
That was fun.
Hit as many home runs as you want.
We were watching the neck for neck race. Who's gonna get the number first?
That was pretty cool.
That was
a lot of fun in the 90s, man. Yeah. I could say that's when I really watched baseball.
And then it's a level playing field because everyone's doing it.
Yeah, but I don't know what the health risks are. I don't know what all the BS is.
What are the health risks anyways for a fighter?
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. So why would you even let them do it? But baseball, I feel like, yeah, okay, if they all want to do it, fine. They're not hitting each other. They're not hurting each other.
They should. They should. You want to make this really entertaining?
You remember Nolan Ryan, man?
Yeah,
the pitcher? The guy charged him out and he beat the crap out of him, a pitcher. I would pay to see that.
See, it's all soft now. I don't really mean, I don't believe professional athletes should be able to, like, do every PED.
I'm going to cut and clip that part, and that's what I'm posting as a reel of you saying that you think they all should take it, so I can take it out of context.
Like, that's fine.
I want to be a true media person
you're
now.
You're the one that responds to all of it anyways. I don't give a crap.
B-Money's like, I don't care.
Yeah, once again, 2024. I don't give a crap.
IDAF. I don't give up French toast.
What else we got?
I mean, did we get your notes? Did we touch everything?
Yeah, we even added.
You even touched on things that you shouldn't have touched, and that was me.
What was that? WNBA?
You touched me.
Dude, have you seen that one clip from the WNBA All-Star game Oh my gosh, I gotta say.
You watched the WNBA All-Star game?
How else am I supposed to gamble without watching the actual sporting event?
How are we even friends? You watched the WNBA
I don't know if
All-Star game?
I don't know if it was this last season or
You're
the
a season ticket holder, aren't you?
Listen, you should be happy for them because half the league gets to play in the All-Star game.
Because the league's like 16, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. So the tip-off goes, they didn't know which side was supposed to be which. The person that recovered the tip-off, I don't know if it was this year or last season or the season before, but so jump ball happens, which jump ball, by the way, in the WNBA is like here. One team recovers it, and they're actually recovered it on the side that they're supposed to score on, but she didn't know, and she kind of went around to the three-point line. She looked confused. She tried to pass out, and everyone was like, no, we're supposed to go that way. Like, almost half the girls on the field.
You're a professional athlete. How do you not
And then there
know
was
that?
a missed layup. But, or jump shot.
There was a girl dunked the other day. I did see that on a highlight.
Oh, my gosh.
I did see that on a highlight. But it looked planned. It looked like she got a steal and the other girl pulled up and just let her go free because she wasn't dunking on anybody.
Oh, my gosh. They cannot wait for football to be over because the top 10 highlights, there's no more football. They got to fill it with something.
The Pro Bowl's also in Orlando. Did you know that?
Always is. Yeah. Well, it has been for years.
That's pretty cool. Right here in
But
our
they
backyard.
do like flag football and stuff now.
Yeah.
The same weekend as...
Wait, they don't suit up and do an actual game?
No.
Probably too many injuries. Guys are getting hurt.
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Same weekend as this February 2nd fight that we talked about, the MVP show. So keep that in mind. Pro Bowl weekend is also fight weekend. It's also MegaCon, my nerd convention. I'll be there all weekend.
It was fun. I went last year once,
Yeah.
and it was cool.
So let's wrap this up then. Weekend Trav. Anything we missed?
Don't be silly.
That's what we missed?
Nope. I was about to say something to that, and I'm glad I stopped myself.
Okay. I don't even know. You might have found yourself funny, but even if you said it, I think the listeners and watchers at home would probably be like, what?
It was
that a joke?
inappropriate. No, just because you didn't get the joke doesn't mean they won't get it.
I didn't understand maybe we were talking about inbred people at some point?
No, we weren't. It just pops in my head, all right? Random stuff pops in my head, and I just say
You know
it.
they share.
I don't have a filter.
You know they share a last name because they're married. Like your wife and you have the same last name.
That's not the joke. B-Money. I know that.
But if
listen.
you guys split up, are you guys still brothers?
We're cousins. We're brezins.
Okay, so that's that. This episode 145. We're wrapping it up because of that.
So that's that. Let's go. We're not making any sense now.
We're not.
And we're not even drunk. That's the bad part.
It's already pretty deep in the show. So
that's what she said.
I want you to close the show. I want you to close.
Well, you want me to tell another joke?
No, yeah.
So this was episode 145.
145.
Thank you all for joining. Please subscribe, like, share, do everything you can so we can get this man's pretty face out there, and let everybody know that Brian Urlacher is not related to Mikaela Mayer. She's much prettier. But thank you guys for joining us today. Catch us next time. Is that your final words?
I guess. I mean, listen, Brian Urlacher's plenty pretty. Okay.
See, you didn't want to secretly give me the last words because now you're taking them back from me.
I'm not taking anything back.
I thought I was ending it.
Okay, do it again.
I got to redo this.
That's pretty good. Do it again.
Thanks for listening to us on episode 145. Like, share, comment. I want to thank all of our sponsors and all of our supporters as well and our subscribers for all of this. And I want to make sure everybody gets this out there. So please share.
List of supporters.
So please share this so we can see B-Money's pretty face and his new haircuts that he's rocking. So I need as many shares as we can get, guys. I'm calling on you. This is a call to action. Okay? We need to use our social media presence and have a call to action. This is serious. B-Money needs to get his face out there. You hear me? Episode 145. If you do not share or like this, B-Money will cry and so will I. But thanks for listening. I appreciate you guys.
I cry inside every day. I die a little bit more every day.
See, you hear that? You need to share us. He's sad. We need to make B-Money happy. Share this for all of your friends and family because look at this. He's sad. He's crying inside.
It's harder to
this
close,
is a call to action.
It's harder than it looks.
Because you keep it going on. But episode 145, thank you guys. I appreciate you. I love you. God bless.
That there is the talent. Weekend Trav.
That there is B-Money, a.k.a. producer, a.k.a. normally the closer. But today, it's Weekend Trav. Episode 145.
Least watched episode ever.
Peace.